start.
Hi, my name is Charmaine Bird. I'm the mother of Stephon Bird, a sixth grader at Clark Shaw Magnet School. Um, Today is November 26th, 2018.
So, Mom, I understand you was born in 1973 in Mobile, Alabama. Can you tell me a little bit about life in those days?
Sure. Life in those days was very, very different than now. It was a lot cheaper, um, calmer, somewhat. Lots of things were different. There were no such thing as internet. We didn't have any computers in our homes. Um, there was no cell phones, of course. Social media, all that stuff came way, way, way later.
Can you tell me about a very life-touching event that happened in those days?
Sure. Um, in 1979, Hurricane Frederick hit Mobile. I was 5.5 years old. I would turn six couple weeks later, 2 to 3 weeks later. It was a very devastating event. I know a lot of people. It made history. Okay, you can look it up online. There's pictures about the devastation. Um, I remember being in my grandmother's house. We lived in what's called the Bottom in Mobile. It's a part of town. Pretty poor area, really. And pretty poor black area. um, I remember being in my grandmother's hallway on the sofa. It was myself, my mom, my sister, my grandmother in the house. I can't remember if my uncle was in the back of the house or not. I don't think so. I think it was just us there. I remember being in the hallway on the sofa, um, the water, the rain dripping through the ceiling, raindrops coming through the ceiling. I remember that. That storm tore my grandmother's roof off the house. She had to get it repaired later. The man that she paid to repair it, he ripped her off. He didn't do a good job properly. And he was a man that lived down the street. He actually was a neighbor. Um, I remember hearing Hurricane Frederick coming through like a freight train in the distance. For many years, I actually thought it was a train. I can remember the sound of it vividly in my mind, and I thought it was a train. And then when talking to a friend later, she said, yes, that was the storm coming through itself. And she said Frederick came through like a freight train, and that was just the sound of the storm. And I remember it. I remember um, later, after a day, sometime after the storm, my mom, my sister, and I, we were very small children. My sister was about 3.5. I was 5.5. We went walking the neighborhood to see the devastation, and there were pine trees just laid back to back to back in the streets. A car could not just easily go through. It was pretty devastating. Lights out and all of that. Something to remember.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much, Charmaine Bird.